I've worked here for 25 years, and I'm seeing the house in a way that I've never seen it before. You get used to coming in every day and working and seeing the house, and it almost seems like your own home. Then all of a sudden everything is kind of turned on its head, and you're seeing it in a totally different perspective. But it's a good thing too.
I guess a big part of it is doing the research initially, and I've been here for a couple years on and off, pulling all the research together, and then helped out with the architectural documents, putting together the working drawings. And then now is the construction administration. We've got a contractor here, but it's a particularly busy time for me because once you start to open up walls, you kind of continue your physical investigations. So there's a lot of unanswered questions that suddenly you have to answer in a hurry based on some of the new evidence that you're seeing. So, we've got construction happening, and I'm trying to keep an eye on stuff as it's exposed. And it's really interesting, but it's challenging because a lot happens fast at this stage. Well, they're just going to work around the house, and then eventually these guys will come in and start to do some of the plaster repairs. But we want to get the electricians and the HVAC guys to do their duct work because they have to make some holes. So we'll roll all the plaster repairs and fixing any holes that are necessary for the electric and plumbing and stuff. Roll that into one. And then after that point, we'll be doing the finishing work. We'll get started, and that'll be exciting.
Well, right all around me is a lot of bare ground, and this has all been cleared, some houses taken down. This will be the site of the new Warren G. Harding Presidential Center. So in the fall, we'll have our groundbreaking. Can't give you an exact date yet, but we'll make that known, and then the fun begins. We start building the new building. We saved as many trees as we could, so we know where the Presidential Center will be laid out on the building site, so we wanted to preserve as many of the trees as possible. So we're going to have quite a number of mature trees when the center is built, and we're really happy about that. As you travel down Church Street, the building site, you're not going to see a lot of activity for a little bit until, I don't know, 3-4 months. The basements of the houses we tore down have been filled in, the soil's been compacted, the soil testing has taken place, and so we're to the point now we're going to have our engineers start actually designing the preliminary things for the center, and then our architects will overlay their plans on it, and we make sure that we're lined up as well as possible. And then this fall we start going vertical.
So the process of designing the new exhibits, we think about the type of visitors that are going to be coming to the site. So the local community, presidential historian, the school children, and general public. So we really want the story to go from, give a good overview of Florence and Warren, their lives. We want to introduce the Hardings to the visitors, as well as the story of the campaign, the significance of the campaign here in Marion, and then the story of the administration. The concepts have been finalized. The content is being finalized, so all the exhibit text and the method that will convey that story, we're finalizing that now. So we're deciding what will be interactive, what will be media presentations, and what will be more traditional exhibits. But we're trying to create environments too, so when visitors go in, they're sort of immersed in some of the experiences and the nuances of that time.
Well, I would hope that at that point people will come here and feel as if they have stepped back in time, that they will be able to experience what the site looked like when the Hardings were here and when Mr. Harding was doing his campaign. And I want them to understand that this site not only is important to Marion, but also important statewide and also nationally. This was the last front porch campaign that any candidate for president did, and so it was a very important time, and it was all happening right here in Marion, Ohio.